Most of us love these, the giants of steam, the chuff, the action, the sound, it shakes the floor. But in this video, I'm going to show you a diesel locomotive that even the most die-hard steam fans won't be able to ignore. Welcome back, folks! Hope you're having a great week. It is most certainly train season. I mean, it's always train season here. And with train season comes new trains. This is the Lionel Norfolk Southern ET44. Not just another modern diesel, but a high-end, scale-detailed monster. This is equipped with features that genuinely rival some of the best steam locomotives we've run on the channel. It's hard to believe. Modern diesels often play second fiddle to those larger steam locomotives. Big Boy, Allegheny, the Yellowstone. There are so many. But you gotta stay with me, because what Lionel has built here is packed with so much detail and power and realism. It might just change your mind about modern diesel power. To keep with this modern diesel video theme, I couldn't run this ET44 alone. This gave me a great excuse to add another locomotive to the collection. As if I needed an excuse. Do we ever need an excuse to add more trains? That's probably a terrible question to be asking to train collectors. Now, I looked at many modern diesels to pair with this epic machine, and there was one that kept calling to me, and I tried to ignore it, and I tried to ignore it again, but I finally caved and added this Conrail ES44. This is the first scale Conrail locomotive I've ever had. Not much Conrail here at RBP Trains. Until now. You gotta let me know, which one of these two locomotives do you like better? The Norfolk Southern ET44 or the Conrail ES44? Both Gevos, both massive machines, but after this review is over, you gotta let me know. Leave me a comment. Let's get back to the main event, this ET44. Let's start with the details on the model itself. Every grille and vent and fan housing and step, these were all built with precision. This is a Lionel Legacy scale model, so you're gonna get those high-end scale features from this model. You can almost feel the heat radiating off of this Gevo. And the same thing with the Conrail ES44. I don't want to downplay that, but we're really focused on this ET44. And the reason why is that this is an all-new product from Lionel. When I say it's an all-new product, it means that this is the first time Lionel has run the ET44 as a model. The ES44, this Conrail, they've done this for a number of years. And there's very little changes from year to year, aside from a couple of electronic differences and sometimes some little things here and there. But for the sake of this video, this ET44, brand new. One of these key differences in this ET44 is the lighting. More detail than Lionel has provided before. Along with all the typical lighting, like the headlights, the marker lights, ditch lights, these additional LEDs have been added to provide more realism to the engine. And you can see them on the side, and this is much more prototypical of an appearance for this particular locomotive. Another thing that's brand new is that inside the cab, there are LED lights on the control panel, so they're actually imitating screens inside of the locomotive. Pretty neat feature. You gotta really look in there to see it, but it's there. I almost missed that, to be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention. And of course, the sound. From the startup to the notch-ups, this locomotive growls. It's like a beast.
Tower to engine. Please start up and stand by. Over.
All right, she's hot and ready to eat. Let's get to work now.
I have run many diesels on this channel throughout the course of the last several years. And this one is by far my favorite sound set that Lionel has put into one of their modern diesels. My microphone is not even doing it any justice. Loud. It just makes all kinds of racket. Dialogue in this locomotive is also pretty neat. It's like we're standing next to it in real life, listening to the crew communicate. You can actually change the sound of the horn on this, which is pretty common in most modern legacy locomotives by Lionel. Not as big on that one. It's like the pitch is just going up. I like that one. And the power. Power and performance. Under the hood, the locomotive is equipped with dual motors which give it plenty of pulling power. Between both of these locomotives, we have 4 motors. I could be pulling probably hundreds of cars. I mean, this serious pulling power. I wish I had a longer track. I want to set this up in like a gym so that I could really test how much pulling power it has. That legacy speed control, extremely smooth. Whether you're crawling at yard speed or whether you're hauling this heavy freight train, it's smooth all the way around. This is a lot of diesel. I won't lie. I'm more of a steam fan myself. And for those steam fans who have been watching and enduring this video, trust me, I get it. Steam, it has the soul. It has the presence. It has the history. But I gotta tell you, this Lionel ET44 is really something special. To me, it has that same sense of presence. Watching these large O-gauge scale diesel locomotives operate on the layout is like watching a living machine at work. I think that's one of the unique things about O-gauge. O-gauge gets that rap for having the 3 rails, the large knuckle couplers. I get it. Like, when it comes to prototypical details, there are scales that excel much better at these things. But the power and the presence of an O-gauge locomotive, that's why I do this. And this ET44 paired up with this ES44, it's truly impressive. I'm having way too much fun with this. If you've been on the fence about a diesel locomotive and thought this isn't exciting compared to steam, give this ET44 a chance. There's really some craftsmanship here, some new things that Lionel did that they haven't done in previous diesel models. Lots of power, and honestly, it just looks awesome. There is no other way for me to describe the size and presence of this ET44 than to place it on the tracks next to my largest steam locomotive, the Union Pacific Big Boy 4014. So we'll start them up next to one another. That way I can show you just how large this diesel locomotive is. We'll start the Big Boy first. That never gets old. And this ET44. Another feature to highlight are the kinematic pilots that Lionel has equipped on their ET44. This is also something they've been putting on their ES44s for some time. And let me explain what that means. A real locomotive, a real diesel locomotive looks like this, right? And you have these pilots in the front with these stairs. Now most O-gauge locomotives, this whole thing moves. And it moves like this because it has to, because unlike other scales, these are large engines running in limited spaces. Now, with this Atlas model or MTH or even some of the others, you can purchase fixed pilots and they look really good. I know a lot of folks that do this and their models look outstanding. You have to have larger curves to make that work, but it's all good. As long as you have the space, you can do it. Stock, the ET44 and the ES44 have these kinematic pilots. The benefit of these kinematic pilots is they give you two pivotal points of motion. The coupler itself is going to move. The wheels can move independently of the pilot, but if you get into a tight squeeze, like perhaps you're using 060 curves or something smaller, I don't really know how small you can go, to be honest, but the steps on the pilot will then move. They can pivot away from the locomotive. If you're using 072 switches or curves or anything larger, you're not going to see that. It's going to look more like a fixed pilot. It's not a fixed pilot. It's never going to look as good as a fixed pilot, but I'll demonstrate it through this crossover so that we can all see what I'm talking about. Let me know what you thought about this ET44. Is it worth the hype? As always, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and everyone who's been supporting this channel. My name is Chris, and this is RBP Trains. We'll see you next time.